We met Imad through another agent that worked with him before. She said that he was a very good guy, trustworthy, former Egyptian army officer who immigrated to the United States. Now he was the head of security at a hotel.
You cannot imagine how happy I was to, as just a new American citizen, that the FBI wanted my help.
We were trying to penetrate this cell that we knew was dangerous. And we were trying to develop Ahmad as an asset to provide us with real-time intelligence that we could use to prevent an act of terrorism.
Agents plant Ahmad outside the courthouse among Nosser's supporters. And Nosser's uncle, Ibrahim El Gabrone, takes the bait.
I think within the first day or two being there, Ahmad was approached by Gabrone and asked him, we've never seen you before. Who are you? Why are you here?
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
He responded that he was here to make amends with God for wasting his life serving a illegitimate government of Egypt.
They recruit an informer who is more than informer. He's more like an operative.
And how did you get these followers in front of the courthouse to believe that you were like them, one of them, and get on the inside?
I established my entry point that I am an ex-Green Berets, and I'm a jeweler, and part-time I do electronic surveillance.
Why a jeweler?
Jewelers means I have money, and I know that they are after money.
Why Green Beret?
Green Berets, I know that either they want me to shoot somebody or they want me to build bomb. Third thing is I'm doing electronic surveillance because I might have recordings, and if they see some recording devices with me, I don't want it to raise a red flag.
To not put yourself in a position where you would be considered conspiring, that you had to walk a very fine line with not leading them to do things. I know that we talked before about Antisev and Napoli. There were very strict rules that you had to follow.
Well, I was schooled very well by the special agents who were handling me. John Antisev, Louis Napoli, Nance Floyd. They schooled me not to suggest targets, not to suggest bombing, because that's called entrapment. All of that was new to me in the American law. So I start to learn quickly not to open, but to give open-end questions to let them roll and give me the information needed. Yet I don't want to jeopardize the case later on by suggesting them I'm leading them. And I learned that through my case agents.
According to a source close to the case, Ahmad Salem checked into a Manhattan hospital 3 hours after the blast, complaining of a severe ringing in his ears. A hospital spokesperson refuses to confirm or deny the report.
On August 3, 1993, Paul D'Aronzio interviewed William Kunstler on the Let Them Talk radio program, where Kunstler revealed some details of what he heard on the Salem tapes, as well as some of his own speculations based on his investigation. Here's a transcript part of that interview. Kunstler said, "I've read a lot of the tapes by now, transcriptions of the tapes, which were just furnished to me today. Before I came here, I read some of them, and they are things like having him, Salem, say, 'Well, I think we ought to bomb the George Washington Bridge. That's a very good target. It would make the commuters raise hell with this government of ours.' And then Sadiq Ali says, 'Yeah?' Salem, 'And I think so-and-so.' Ali, 'Yeah?' And so on. That's the way it goes, virtually throughout these hundreds of pages of transcriptions. There are 150 hours of tapes. A lot of them are in Arabic, some are in English. But this is the kind of man they're going to put on the witness stand." D'Aronzio responded. Kunstler adds that Salem was a recipient of between $250,000 and $1 million for his services as an informant, plus monies paid to him by other sources linked to foreign governments, including money from an organization founded by the assassinated Rabbi Meir Kahane. Kunstler responded, he, Salem, also received money from Kahane Chai, Rabbi Meir Kahane's group, probably from a lot of other people. The Mossad is not someone to exclude, probably from the Egyptian government. he was a lieutenant colonel in the Egyptian army, which apparently he was.
People speculate that Mayor Kahane could wind up dead. You know that.
I know that.
And you have suggested that it would not be at the hands of an Arab, but at the hands of a Jew.
Yes.
Why would they want to murder Mayor Kahane now?
Because they are frustrated. They know of no other way to stop him.
Even prior with Nosair's trial, Kunstler maintained an assertion that Kahane was murdered by enemies within his own organization and suffered repercussions while defending him and the 93 bombers.
I asked Dad if he thought Nosair was innocent. He told me that a lawyer never asks his client that question. This was one case he didn't even try to justify.
He sort of morphed into representing the unpopular, almost any unpopular. And it didn't matter so much as to how you became unpopular.
Why is he doing this? I mean, why is he representing those people? You know, aren't there still other cases of people we agree with out there?
He lost a lot of the liberal support that he had. He was no longer the great civil liberties, civil rights lawyer.
After the verdict, the Jewish Defense Organization staged daily protests in front of our house, shot out our front windows with red paint pellets, and called my father a self-hating Jew.
Kunstler is a traitor! Kunstler is a traitor! Kunstler is a traitor! Kunstler is a traitor!
It was scary. There were police at either end of the street.
Kunstler must go!
If there were protesters outside when I got home from school, I would pretend I didn't live there. I didn't want them to know I was his daughter. Dad went on to represent defendants charged with the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, and others indicted for a plot to blow up the Lincoln and Holland tunnels. No one supported him.